we'll explore a true gem of American currency, the 1963 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. We're going to take you through its fascinating history, unique features, and most importantly, why some of these pennies are worth thousands of dollars today. Let's start with the basics. The 1963 Lincoln penny was minted at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, but it's special because it was struck without a mint mark. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while those from other mints, like Denver and San Francisco, usually have a D or S. This makes the 1963 penny a part of that iconic series of Philadelphia minted pennies that don't display a mint mark. Now, let's talk about its design. The Lincoln penny, originally designed by Victor David Brenner, was first introduced in 1909. The 1963 edition features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln with the words Liberty on the left and the year 1963 below his chin. The reverse side of the coin shows the famous memorial building with the phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This design has remained largely unchanged for decades. But here's the kicker, the value. A typical 1963 Lincoln penny is worth only 1 cent in circulated condition. So what makes some of them worth thousands? Well, it comes down to rare error coins and unique conditions. First, let's discuss error coins. Over the years, certain 1963 pennies have been found with rare and valuable misprints. For example, a 1963 penny with a double die, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once, can be worth thousands of dollars in perfect condition. A 1963 penny with such a significant error could fetch anywhere from $500 to over $5,000, depending on its grade and rarity. But that's not all. Some 1963 no-mint mark pennies were struck with very specific wear patterns or in highly rare conditions that make them more valuable. A penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth up to $10 or more. However, if you have a penny that has survived in near-perfect shape, it could attract collectors looking for that minty gem, potentially reaching values into the thousands. Look for errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or other misprints. Check the condition. If your penny is uncirculated or near mint, it has a higher chance of being valuable. Get a professional opinion. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can give your coin an official grade, which can significantly impact its value. Finding a 1963 penny in exceptional condition or with a rare error can be incredibly exciting, and it's why collectors are so passionate about these coins. You just never know what hidden treasures are sitting in your spare change. Finally, let's talk about how to protect your valuable pennies. If you think your 1963 penny could be worth thousands, consider having it graded and certified. This process will give it a professional grade and help you sell it for the best price. So, there you have it, the 1963 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. While it may seem like just another coin at first glance, it's a piece of American history that can hold surprising value for the right collector. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more exciting coin content. Do you have a 1963 penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, your next big find could be just a coin flip away. We're diving into a unique and often overlooked gem in the world of coin collecting, the 1968 S-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You might think it's just a regular penny, but trust me, this coin has a fascinating history and is worth a lot more than you'd expect. Let's uncover the secrets of this penny and why some are selling for thousands of dollars today. First, let's talk history. The 1968 S. Lincoln penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint, which is known for producing proof coins. But here's where it gets. While most 1968 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, the S-Mint mark coins were not your average everyday circulation pennies. They were intended for proof sets, which are specially made sets for collectors. Cut to archival footage of coin minting at the San Francisco Mint. Unlike regular pennies, these proof coins were meticulously struck with higher quality and a mirror-like finish. But, due to a mix-up, some 1968 S coins were accidentally released into circulation. That means, if you find a 1968 S penny in your pocket change, you may be holding something rare, Visuals of a 1968 penny in pristine condition beside other circulated coins. So, why is this penny worth thousands of dollars today? Well, the 1968 penny is rare in high-quality condition. As you might guess, most of the coins that were released into circulation became worn out over time. However, the key to its value lies in its condition. Uncirculated and proof-quality 1968 pennies, especially those that have been graded by professional services, can be worth serious money. A mint-state 1968 penny can fetch anywhere from $500 to $3,000 or even more, depending on the grade. Proof coins, which are in excellent condition with that beautiful reflective surface, can sometimes sell for even higher prices at auctions. Now, if you're wondering how to spot a valuable 1968 penny, here's what to look for. First, check the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, under the E pluribus unum motto. It should have an S. This stands for the San Francisco Mint. If you find a 1968 penny with little to no wear, you're already looking at a coin with potential. Also, keep an eye out for proof-quality coins. These were not intended for circulation, so they're usually much shinier with a mirror-like surface. If you find one in top condition, graded at MS65 or above, it could be worth thousands. To get an accurate value, it's important to get your coin graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC can assign a grade to your penny, and that can make all the difference in its value. The higher the grade, the more your coin will be worth. And if you're holding on to a gem, auction houses and online marketplaces are great places to sell your 1968 pennies to the right buyer. Who would have thought that a simple penny could hold such potential? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1968 Mint Mark Lincoln penny is a coin that could add some serious value to your collection. Keep your eyes peeled and check your spare change, because this coin could make you a small fortune. Cut to host with final thoughts. We're diving deep into the history and value of the 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny, an often overlooked coin, but one that could be worth thousands in the right condition. So, let's get started. The 1973 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic series that first debuted in 1909. It features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and a reverse design featuring the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959. But what sets the 1973 penny apart from others is its place in U.S. history during the early 70s. In 1973, the United States was undergoing major economic and cultural shifts. The country was in the middle of an inflationary period, and the penny, which had been minted in copper until then, was moving toward a cheaper, zinc-based composition. This shift had yet to fully take hold, but it was a time when coinage was undergoing significant changes. Show a zoom-in of the reverse of the penny with a focus on the absence of a mint mark. Now, let's talk about the mint mark, or rather, the lack of one. The 1973 penny is a no-mint mark coin, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike other years, there was no D or S mint mark to indicate where it was made. While this is common for pennies struck in Philadelphia, it's still a good detail to note when you're looking for a valuable specimen. Cut to shots of various 1973 pennies in different conditions, from well-worn to highly detailed. So, what makes some of these pennies worth so much more than face value? It all comes down to their condition. As with any collectible coin, rarity and quality are key. Most 1973 pennies you find in circulation are in worn condition. However, certain coins, especially those with pristine details or certain errors, can fetch a lot more than you'd expect. Cut to images of high-grade 1973 pennies graded by professionals. Coins in mint condition, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can be worth significantly more. But that's just the start. Some of the rarest versions of the 1973 penny are those with error traits, like double dies, which can make them even more valuable. Coins with these types of errors can be worth thousands of dollars, especially if they are in near-perfect condition. For example, a 1973 penny with a double die can easily sell for over $1,000, depending on its condition. Now, let's get into the numbers. While most 1973 pennies are worth just 1 cent, you can expect to pay a premium for a high-grade or error coin. For example, if you have a 1973 penny in MS65 condition, it might be worth anywhere from $20 to $50. But if you happen to have a 1973 penny with a double die error, you could be looking at thousands of dollars. Coins like these, in mint condition with an error, have been known to sell for up to $3,000 or even more in auctions. It's rare, but if you come across one, you might have just stumbled upon a jackpot. Show a step-by-step breakdown of inspecting a 1973 penny for errors. So how do you identify a penny that could be worth thousands? First, inspect the overall condition. If it has sharp details, no visible wear, and shows no signs of corrosion, it's a great candidate for higher value. Next, check for any errors like a double die, which is when the image on the coin is struck twice, creating a blurry effect on the design. Zoom in on different parts of a penny, focusing on the date, lettering, and the Lincoln Memorial. Make sure to check the lettering around Lincoln's head and the base of the Lincoln Memorial for any abnormalities. If you find something unusual, have it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its value. So, there you have it, the 1973 Lincoln penny could be more than just a common coin in your pocket. With the right condition and the right error, it could be worth thousands. Make sure to check your collection and keep an eye out for these potential treasures. Closing shot of the host waving with the 1973 penny and the channel's logo appearing. We're going to talk about a hidden gem from the 1980s, the 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that could be worth thousands of dollars in certain conditions. Stay tuned to find out why this simple penny is far more than just pocket change. First, let's talk a bit about the history behind the 1986 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln 1-cent coin was first issued in 1909, and by the 1980s, it had become a staple of U.S. currency. The 1986 penny is significant for two reasons. First, it marked a period of economic growth in the United States, and second, it was part of the well-known Lincoln Memorial series that ran from 1959 to 2008. In 1986, like most years since the 1940s, the U.S. Mint produced pennies with both the D-Mint mark, which indicates they were struck in Denver, and coins without a mint mark, which were produced in Philadelphia. So, what makes the 1986 no-mint mark penny stand out? Well, most 1986 pennies are still worth just 1 cent. But when you find one in exceptional condition or with certain rare errors, that's when things get exciting. A few 1986 no-mint mark pennies have been discovered with unique features that make them extremely valuable to collectors. First, let's talk about condition. The 1986 no-mint mark penny, if found in mint state, meaning it looks almost brand new, could fetch hundreds of dollars at auction. But there's something even more rare to look for: error coins. Cut to images of error pennies with close-up focus on specific details. Error coins are what really drive the value of certain pennies. For example, the 1986 no-mint mark penny with double die obverse errors, where the image of Lincoln or the date appears doubled, can be worth thousands of dollars. The more pronounced and noticeable the error, the higher the potential value. Another sought-after error is the off-center strike, where the design isn't properly aligned on the coin. This can also make the coin significantly more valuable. So, if you come across a 1986 penny with a double die or off-center error in your collection, you may be holding onto something truly valuable. Show different auction sites images of coins being sold now. Let's talk about the current market value. A standard 1986 no-mint mark penny might only be worth around 1 cent, but one in mint condition could be worth anywhere from $10 to $50. However, if you're lucky enough to have one with a rare error, you could see it valued anywhere from $500 to several $1,000s. Coins with significant double die or off-center errors have been known to sell for upwards of $5,000 at the right auction. So, it's always worth checking the condition of your pennies, especially if you think you've found an error. Cut to tips and tricks on how to spot rare coins. So, how do you spot a valuable 1986 no-mint mark penny? First, carefully examine the coin under good lighting. Use a magnifying glass or even a microscope to look for doubled images or misshaped strikes. Pay attention to any areas where the design is shifted or off-center. Next, check the overall condition of the penny. Coins in mint state, meaning they have minimal wear and tear, will always be more valuable. And remember, It's not just about the rarity of the coin, but also the demand from collectors. So, there you have it. The 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but it holds a fascinating story and incredible potential for collectors. If you find one in excellent condition or with a rare error, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Don't forget to check your change, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin tips, and leave a comment telling us about any rare finds you've come across. We're diving into the fascinating history and surprising value of the 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might just have one of these rare beauties in your pocket, and if you do, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's find out why. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. First, let's quickly talk about what makes the 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so special. The 1988 penny is part of the long-running series of 1-cent coins featuring President Abraham Lincoln, which was first designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. This coin was minted during the late 80s, a time when the U.S. was going through major changes in both its economy and coinage. Now, here's where things get interesting. In 1988, the U.S. Mint produced a variety of pennies with and without mint marks. Typically, most pennies will have a mint mark on the obverse side beneath Lincoln's shoulder, indicating where they were minted, either in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. But in 1988, there were some unique production issues. Some 1988 pennies were accidentally struck without a mint mark, even though they should have been marked with a D or S. Most of the 1988 pennies you'll find will be from Philadelphia, but because of the lack of a mint mark, these pennies can be pretty valuable in certain conditions. What makes these pennies worth thousands? Well, the value really depends on the condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it becomes. In general, a standard 1988 penny in circulation is worth just 1 cent. But coins that are in uncirculated or near mint condition, especially those with errors like no mint marks, can be worth a lot more. One key to understanding their value is the rarity of these mint errors. Since most 1988 pennies were produced with mint marks, the no-mint mark versions are considered a unique error. Collectors hunt for these rare variants, and as time passes, their value continues to climb. Now, let's talk about how much your 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth. If you have one in mint condition, it could fetch anywhere from $100 to $1,000 or more, depending on the grade. Coins that are graded MS-67 or higher have sold for upwards of $5,000 at auctions. That's a lot of change for a small penny, right? But even if you have a coin in less than perfect condition, don't despair. A well-preserved 1988 no-mint mark penny with some wear can still bring in anywhere between $50 to $200. In fact, some of the highest sales of these rare pennies have gone well above $10,000. Here's how you can identify a 1988 penny with no mint mark. Take a good look at the obverse side of the coin, right beneath Lincoln's bust. You'll see there should be a mint mark if the penny was struck at the Denver or San Francisco Mint. If you don't see one, you might have a no mint mark error. The most important thing to remember is that these are extremely rare, and even small imperfections can affect the price. Thinking of selling your 1988 no mint mark penny? You can find potential buyers on platforms like eBay or at major coin shows where collectors are always on the lookout for rare finds. If you're looking to purchase one, you'll want to pay attention to the grading and condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. So there you have it, folks. The 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare find with a potential price tag worth thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. If you have one tucked away in your collection or even in your spare change jar, it might be time to take another look. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. And as always, we're diving deep into the history and surprising value of a specific penny, the 1987 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent. You might have one of these coins tucked away in your collection or even in your pocket change. But did you know that this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth thousands of dollars? Let's explore why. The year 1987 was a special one for many reasons, but for collectors, It's notable because of a unique quirk in the production of Lincoln pennies. Typically, the U.S. Mint stamps a mint mark on coins produced in certain facilities: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia. However, in 1987, a small but significant number of pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint without any mint mark. Normally, all coins from Philadelphia would carry a mint mark, but for this year, some 1987 pennies were issued without the P mint mark. This rare error means that the coin is technically a no mint mark variety. But why does this matter? Well, this error makes these pennies highly collectible and more valuable than their face value. Let's break down the value. Most 1987 pennies you find in circulation are worth only 1 cent. But if you happen to have a high-grade, uncirculated 1987 no-mint mark penny, you could be holding a treasure. Coins that are in pristine condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, are selling for thousands of dollars. The value depends heavily on the coin's grade. An uncirculated, high-grade example of a 1987 no-mint mark penny, especially one rated in the mint state 67 or higher range, can be worth anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 or more. Some coins even fetch prices of $3,000 or higher in auctions, depending on demand and collector interest. So, how do you identify one of these valuable coins? First, check your 1987 pennies for any mint mark. If there's no mark, you're already looking at something special. But the real money is in high-quality examples that have been well-preserved and are free of any major wear or scratches. This is where a coin's grade becomes crucial. To evaluate your 1987 no-mint mark penny, you'll want to carefully inspect the details. Look for sharpness in the design, clear lettering, and no visible damage. If you think you have one of these valuable coins, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded to ensure you know exactly what it's worth. Now, let's talk about where you might find one of these rare pennies. While you might come across one in your pocket change, they aren't exactly common. That's why if you find one, it's worth holding on to and even having it checked out by a professional. If you enjoyed learning about the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more coin collecting tips and valuable finds. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures, and sometimes those treasures come in the form of a humble penny. Who knew the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth thousands of dollars? Keep hunting, and you might just discover your next valuable coin. We're diving deep into the history of the 1992 Lincoln 1-cent penny and why some of these coins are worth thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable? Stay tuned to find out why this penny could be your ticket to a small fortune. The 1992 Lincoln 1-cent penny is part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial Series, a design that has been around since 1959. The D mint mark indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities for coin production in the United States. Produced during a time when the U.S. government was transitioning its coin designs to reflect more modern motifs, the 1992 penny stayed true to its heritage with Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But it's not just the design that makes this penny stand out. Some 1992 D pennies have earned a reputation for being highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about the rare and valuable part of the 1992 D penny. While most of these pennies are worth just 1 cent, there's a very specific variety that can fetch thousands, the 1992 D close AM variety. In 1992, the U.S. Mint accidentally produced some pennies with the letters A and M in America on the reverse closer together than in the regular issue. This tiny mistake, which was caught and corrected, resulted in only a small number of these close AM varieties being struck. Today, these rare pennies are highly prized by collectors. So, how do you spot a 1992 D close AM penny? Easy. Take a close look at the spacing between the A and M in America on the reverse of the coin. If they're closer than usual, you've got a potential gem on your hands. Now, you might be wondering, how much is this rare penny worth? Well, the value can vary based on the coin's condition and the specific details of the error. But here's the kicker. Well-preserved 1992 close AM pennies have sold for up to $20,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that right. Thousands of dollars for a single penny. And if yours is in MS65 or higher condition, the price can easily soar to the tens of thousands. But don't get discouraged. Lower-grade examples can still bring in a hefty sum, ranging anywhere from $500 to a few $1,000s. So, how do you check your 1992 pennies for this rare error? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to really zoom in on the reverse. Compare the spacing between the E and M to a regular 1992 penny if you're unsure. Once you've identified a close AM penny, it's time to get it professionally graded by an expert like those at PCGS or NGC. Grading will determine its value based on condition, and trust me, it's worth the investment. Who would have thought that something as small as a penny could be worth so much, right? The 1992 close AM penny is a perfect example of how small errors in production can lead to huge rewards for collectors. So, next time you're checking your change or flipping through a coin jar, don't overlook those 1992 pennies. You might just find a thousands of dollars treasure hiding in plain sight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an opportunity to discover more rare coins that could be worth a fortune. We're diving into an amazing coin with a surprising twist, the 1995 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but some versions are worth thousands of dollars. Stick around as we explore its fascinating history and its current value. The 1995 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, and is part of the standard circulation series. But unlike earlier years, this particular coin was produced at a time when the United States was in the midst of some serious changes in both the economy and the coin world. By 1995, the penny had already been around for over a century, but there were still small tweaks in design and production that made certain years stand out. The front of the coin features Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, and the reverse showcases the iconic Lincoln Memorial. For most of us, the 1995 D penny might seem just like any other penny we've seen. It's copper-plated zinc, weighs 2.5 grams, and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Now, here's where things get interesting. While most 1995 D pennies are still worth just 1 cent, there are rare varieties that are worth thousands. Specifically, if you come across a 1995 D penny with a rare error, it could be worth a small fortune. The most famous of these is the 1995 D double die penny. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin makes two impressions, causing the image to be doubled, most noticeable on the date and the word Liberty. This error is incredibly rare, and in excellent condition, it can sell for upwards of $1,000. Some examples of these pennies in mint condition, graded by top coin certification companies, have even sold for over $10,000. Finding one of these error coins is like finding a diamond in the rough. Most 1995 D pennies are error-free, so if you stumble upon one with the double die, you're holding onto a valuable treasure. So, how do you identify a 1995 D double die penny? It's all in the details. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe to inspect the coin, especially around the date and the word Liberty. Look for any doubling or distortion. If you see even the slightest split in the lettering or numbers, you may have a valuable error coin on your hands. Let's talk value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1995 D double die penny, the price can vary based on its condition and how well it's been preserved. A circulated coin with noticeable wear could still fetch a few $100s. But if you find one in uncirculated, mint condition, with no wear on the coin's design, you could be looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 or more. Coins like this are in high demand from collectors, so don't overlook any 1995 D pennies you find in your spare change. Check them closely. It could be the find of a lifetime. Who knew that a seemingly ordinary penny could be worth thousands? If you enjoyed learning about the 1995 D Lincoln penny and its rare double die error, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing coin stories and tips. Have you ever found a rare penny in your pocket change? Let me know in the comments. we've got something pretty special. The 1996 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you think all pennies are created equal, think again. This particular penny has some fascinating history and, believe it or not, some of them are worth thousands of dollars today. Stick around to find out why. Let's take a step back in time. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. By 1996, the design had been around for nearly 90 years, and while the basic design remained unchanged, the coin's production was influenced by the ongoing trends in American currency and minting practices. 1996 was a year of stability for U.S. currency, but there were some interesting things happening behind the scenes. The mint continued producing these pennies at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D-Mint mark, a mark that collectors often look for to determine where the coin was produced. On the obverse side, we see Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. His profile has been on the penny for over a century and is instantly recognizable to collectors and casual coin enthusiasts alike. On the reverse side, you'll find the classic depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, another long-standing design that has been part of the penny since 1959. This specific 1996 penny, with its clear D-Mint mark, is one of the millions minted that year. But what makes it stand out for collectors is its condition and, in some cases, its rarity. So, you might be asking what makes a 1996 D penny worth thousands of dollars. Well, it all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, mint errors, and condition. First, let's talk about errors. Some 1996 D pennies were minted with unique errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. One example is the double die error, where the die used to strike the coin malfunctioned, causing the Lincoln portrait or the inscription Liberty to appear doubled. This error is relatively rare, and if you have one of these, you're holding a coin worth thousands. Next, we have the condition. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have very little wear and have been well preserved, can fetch much higher prices. A 1996 D penny in uncirculated condition, especially one with exceptional eye appeal, can easily be worth $10 or more, but if you find one with a minting error in top condition, you could be looking at a value in the thousands. Look for double die errors. Check the date, the word Liberty, and the phrase E pluribus unum. If any of these appear doubled, you might have a real treasure. Inspect the overall condition. Coins that are uncirculated or in near-perfect condition can be much more valuable than those showing signs of wear. Get your coins graded. If you think you've got a rare penny, it might be worth having it professionally graded. This can help you understand its true value in the market. Now, let's talk value. While most 1996 D pennies are worth just a cent, some with errors or in exceptional condition have sold for thousands at auctions. For example, a 1996 D double die penny in excellent condition recently sold for over $5,000. That's right, a penny worth a few cents to most people could be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. Overall, the value of a 1996 D penny will vary depending on factors like its grade and any unique features. But for collectors, it's an exciting coin to keep an eye out for. So, the next time you're sorting through your spare change, keep a close eye out for that 1996 D penny. You never know, it might just be worth more than you think. Whether it's a rare mint error or simply in pristine condition, the 1996 D penny has the potential to be a valuable addition to any coin collection. We're diving into a rare penny that has become the talk of the coin collecting world. It's a 2017 P-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that could be worth thousands of dollars, but you'll need to know what to look for. That's right, folks. The 2017 P-Penny is special, not just because of its design, but because of a rare minting error that makes it one of the most valuable pennies of the modern era. In this video, I'll break down the history, the specific error, and how you can check if your 2017 P-Penny is worth thousands of dollars. Let's get started. Before we dive into the valuable aspects of this penny, let's quickly go over its history. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been in circulation since 1909, but 2017 marked a special year. 2017 was the 225th anniversary of the U.S. Mint, and to commemorate this milestone, the Mint decided to add a P-Mint mark to the Lincoln penny for the first time ever. Yes, you heard that right. The 2017 P penny was the first penny ever minted in Philadelphia to carry the P Mint mark. This special penny has the same familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse, but it's the P Mint mark that makes it stand out. The Philadelphia Mint, which is known for minting coins like the Jefferson nickel and the Roosevelt dime, historically didn't put a mint mark on pennies. So, this change was a big deal for collectors and coin enthusiasts alike. Now, while the 2017 P penny might seem like a simple commemorative release, it's actually worth a lot more in certain cases. Some 2017 P pennies were struck with an error that makes them exceptionally rare and valuable. One of the most sought-after versions of the 2017 P penny is the double die error. This is where the design on the coin appears to be doubled, especially in the lettering of Liberty and "In God We Trust." As you can see, the double die error gives the letters a blurry, duplicated look, which is caused by the die being misaligned during the minting process. If you find a 2017 P penny with these doubled letters, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands of dollars. Just how valuable are these errors? Well, in some cases, they've sold at auction for as much as $10,000. And while that might seem like a stretch, even pennies with minor errors or in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch a significant premium over face value. So how can you tell if your 2017 P penny is one of the rare, valuable ones? Here are some tips for identifying it. First, examine the mint mark. You'll find the P just beneath Abraham Lincoln's shoulder. Make sure it's clear and not a mistake in itself. Next, check for any double die errors, particularly on the words Liberty and "In God We Trust." Even if your penny doesn't have the double die error, don't forget to check the condition. A 2017 P penny in uncirculated condition, especially one that's been preserved in a mint set or coin holder, can still be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. You can use a grading scale to check for wear and tear. The higher the grade, the more valuable your penny could be. Some 2017 P pennies, especially in mint state, can be worth $50 or more. If you think you've got a rare 2017 P penny, there are several places to sell or buy them. Coin dealers, online marketplaces like eBay, and even auction houses can help you find out the real value. Just make sure to research the value before selling and always look for reputable buyers to avoid scams. To sum it up, the 2017 P Mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than just a regular penny. With the potential for rare minting errors like the double die, or even in uncirculated condition, these pennies could be worth a small fortune. So, check your change, look closely, and who knows, you could have a valuable treasure on your hands.